Hi there, I'm Mike, and what I have for you today is a standing video because my chair broke. Before I get into my actual list, I actually want to take a look back at my old list. I did that back in 2016. A bunch of figures on there actually got made, which is awesome. For me, for you, for everybody that, I guess, collects Black Series figures. I could go through them individually, but if you want to go ahead and watch it, the link will probably be in the description down below. Maybe one of those card things. I have got no idea what I'm going to do when I make this. What I also want to do before I get into my actual list is talk about upcoming figures that have been announced but aren't out yet. The figures that are closest to being released or / are released right now, if they're not out yet in your area, they will be soon. Captain Rex in an official release capacity, not the Hasbro exclusive. The Resistance Ray that was featured most heavily in The Last Jedi / End of The Force Awakens, that was actually on my last top 10 wish list. And DJ, Benicio del Toro's character from The Last Jedi, whether you want that or not. There's also a Porg 2-pack coming out that's going to be like $5.99 or something like that. They've also announced a do-back with Sand Trooper kind of creature vehicle pack, much like the Rey and Luke speeder came out. I'm very excited about that. They've also announced Grand Moff Tarkin, which should be coming out sometime soon. Skiff Guard Lando to go along with the regular Bespin Lando that was on my list from before. And a Rebel Fleet Trooper, which I'm always down for troopers. And finally, and most importantly, Dengar and Forlom got announced. Those were my top 2 figures on that list. So it's been a pretty good year for me and making lists, or a couple years I should say, because that was like 2 years ago. So I decided to update it a little bit. There are some figures from that last list that didn't get announced that are still on this new list. There are some new figures that are on this list, and I've made some omissions because I just no longer care about those right now. Truth be told, I would love to get any Star Wars figure regardless. If it was in Star Wars, I'm going to buy it. That's not even a question on whether or not I will buy it or not. But I've got a list of figures that I want to fit specific holes. Let's see if I can say that a different way. I've got holes in my collection and a specific list of characters that I feel would fit them. So anyway, let's look at my hole filling list. We're going to start with my honorable mentions. These are figures that I just didn't want to take up the top 10 list with, but still kind of want. I'm starting out with that instead of putting it in between number 2 and 1 like a lot of people do with honorable mentions, just to drag the list out and the number 1 slot out longer. I don't know. I just don't feel like doing that right now. So in the honorable mentions slot, the figures that didn't quite make it on the official list are Ponda Baba and Dr. Vazon. I would prefer a 2-pack, but I have to buy them individually. I'll do it. I'll just do it. They've been in 2 Star Wars figures. My cat's snoring. It's kind of cute. They've been in 2 Star Wars movies at this point, even though they really should have still only been in 1. That Rogue One cameo was weird. She's so cute. It's like a tiny little snore. Next on the list is anyone from the Rebel show. I'll take them. They've made a few of them so far, sure, but I want more. I want Zeb, I want Ezra, I want Chopper, I want all of the Inquisitors. I want them all. There's nothing I don't want from Rebels. Rebels is a fantastic show. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, and I'm not really sorry. It's a great show, actually. And my last honorable mentions list is basically just a generic any kind of trooper, clone, or storm, or like soldier, like rebel soldier, whatever, Endor, Hoth. I don't care. I want them. I want variety in them. I don't want to take up my whole list with different kinds of troopers, clone troopers, rebel troopers, imperial troopers. I could fill the whole list with those figures. I'm not going to. So I decided they're honorable mention. I want them. If they happen, that's great. So that brings me to the actual list. Starting at number 10, Bodhi Rook. Why? Because we have all the other characters from Rogue One, and it actively bugs me every day when I look at them on my shelf and I'm missing one figure from them. He's a pretty big member of the cast, and he was actually, other than K2SO, my second favorite member of that. Yeah, actually, that's not true. Third favorite after Chirrut. Anyway, I liked him. I liked him a lot. I thought he was a great character. Number 9, Gamorrean Guard. I was hesitant to put a generic kind of guard figure on this list at all, but Gamorrean Guard was my favorite as a kid. And after seeing some of the paint jobs and sculpt work they've done on aliens in the past, namely like Admiral Akbar, I honestly feel like they could really nail the Gamorrean Guard likeness. A lot of great detail, paint apps, but more than anything, I want him to have furry shorts. I want him to have real furry shorts. That's, weirdly enough, the most important thing for me if they do a 6-inch Gamorrean guard. Now, I know he's going to be chunky. He's going to be a lot more plastic than like a normal figure would have. And I know he's probably only going to come with his vibro axe or whatever. I'm fine with that. If they've got a good likeness with a lot of great detail, if they've got those furry shorts, I'll be happy. Number 8? Yeah, number 8. The Battle Droid. From episode 1, specifically. The regular Battle Droid, not the Super Battle Droid, but honestly, I'm not really that picky. I want a 6-inch scale Battle Droid. I've got a bunch of clone troopers. I want someone for them to fight on my shelf, or pictures, or whatever. Back when episode 1 came out, and they had all those initial release of figures, the Battle Droid, they released one Battle Droid, but he had 4 different kind of variations. There was a dirty one, there was a darker color one, there was a blaster one, there was a clean one. I would like that, but in a 6-inch scale. Now, I'm aware that could actually cause problems. Sometimes it's hard enough finding one figure in this line. Releasing one figure and then making a bunch of chase variants of him might cause a lot of issues, but they haven't really done anything like that so far, and I'd like to see what happens. Maybe they could just make him more widely released. I don't know. I just want a Battle Droid on my shelf to go with all the million clone troopers that I have on my shelf in a 6-inch scale. Bonus points if it actually transforms into his little mobile mode that he gets, puts down and then he unfolds. Number 7, sticking with this weird prequels well that I've dived into, Padawan Obi-Wan, episode 1 Obi-Wan, whatever you want to call him, young Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan from episode 1. We have Qui-Gon, we have Darth Maul. There's a gaping hole there. You need Obi-Wan to go with that Qui-Gon and Darth Maul to complete a really good set. I mean, it's fine just having Qui-Gon and Darth Maul there. I'm glad they're friends on my shelf, even though they're kind of eternally fighting in really cool lightsaber poses that I have. But Obi-Wan. Give me an Obi-Wan. Number 6, sticking with the prequels vibe I've got going on, Aayla Secura. Why? Alien, specifically a Twi'lek, girl, Jedi. It's a no-brainer. We need more aliens in the line. Hasbro does a really good job with aliens in general because they don't have to go with a specific face sculpt, although since she was an existing character, that'd be nice if she had a really good resemblance to her character from episodes 2 and 3. But the line needs more Jedi. I mean, Jedi are kind of the bread and butter of the action figure world, of the Star Wars world. I would love to have more 6-inch scale Jedi in general. And we need more girl characters in general because it's kind of a sausage fest. Number 5, Count Dooku. He was on the last list. Actually, a lot of the figures from this are on the last list. But we didn't get one. I still want one. Now they have the digital face printing technology. A great likeness of Christopher Lee would be super good. Give us a cloth cape. Give us that cool lightsaber. Maybe removable head. Maybe removable hands. I don't know. I'm not the person that makes these. But I would love a 6-inch scaled Count Dooku figure. Number 4. General Grievous. Now I want a big 6-inch scaled, super accurate General Grievous. I want one with splitting arms or interchangeable arms if that's what they want to do it. I want him to have 10 lightsabers. I want him to have a cloth cape or a plastic cape that's molded. I actually don't know which I would prefer there, but I want it. I want it to be bigger than the normal figures are. If I have to pay more for that, $30, $40, even up to $50, I would, because I really want a General Grievous figure. Say what you want about the prequels. Acting, story, whatever. The character design in them was pretty good. Number 3, going back into my favorite movie, Empire Strikes Back, Hoth Leia. So far we have Hoth Han, Hoth Luke, a bunch of other different Lukes and Hans. We've gotten a couple of versions of Leia, but I feel like none of them have really hit that mark of quality. I really want them to nail a Leia. Hold on. I really want them to do a really good job at making a great Leia figure. I loved her Hoth outfit. I liked her Hoth hair. Just give us a really good Leia. She deserves it. Number 2, going back to the prequels, into the Jedi vein, give us a Mace Windu. Mace is one of the most popular Jedi. He's got to have a great likeness to Samuel L. Jackson. He's going to have a purple lightsaber, and for the love of all that is good, give him a cloak. It's stupid that any Jedi doesn't have a cloak. Give them to him. Jedis wear cloaks. You made one for Obi-Wan. It's not a big deal to throw that in literally any other Jedi. Anakin Skywalker should have come with a cloak. Jedi Luke should have come with a cloak. Qui-Gon Jinn should have come with a cloak. Any Jedi, even if they didn't really wear it in the movie, give them a cloak. Jedi wear cloaks. There we go. Jedi wear cloaks. And number one, if you've been paying attention, you know what it is. 2 of them got made, 1 of them still left, and that's still my number 1 as it was in my last video. Give us Zuckuss. We've got 5 of the 6 bounty hunters from that iconic scene in Empire Strikes Back. I just need that last one. I need that Zuckuss with his big coat and his weird bug head and his tubes and his gun that he's holding on. We need it. I want it. What I don't want is that weird sexy side slit they do down the side of like molded plastic figures. I don't want that. Don't do that. Give us either molded all the way around. I don't care if it really hinders articulation. I would rather have an accurate look and hindered articulation than that weird slit down the side, or better yet, make it cloth, but make it good cloth. I know it's gonna be tough. Maybe that's why you didn't announce them when you announced the other 2. Maybe you're really trying to figure that out. You gotta nail this one. With the exception of IG-88, who looks good but has trouble standing, all the bounty hunters you've made so far have been great. It looks like 4-LOM actually has articulated elbows, unlike C-3PO, where his body mold is based. And Dengar looks fantastic. So announce Zuckuss already, alright? Just do it. And with that, that's my list. That's my top 10 list that I would love to see in 2018 and then going into 2019, whatever. I don't know when I'll make my next video. This one took about 2 years to make, so actually more like a year and a half. Again, I wanted to get this out before Toy Fair kind of ruined it. We'll see. There is going to be something in February. They always announce something new at Toy Fair and Comic-Con and stuff. So I look forward to that. Let me know in the downstairs area what you thought of my list. What are you looking forward to the most coming out? And what's your list? I like to read all those. I try to respond as much as I can when I can. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for getting this far. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know if you like me standing rather than sitting. It's weird. I didn't plan on standing and making a video, but I was kind of forced to. I've got a new chair on order. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.